Spacey echoed those thoughts, saying, "I've learned a lesson, which is never apologize for something you didn't do." Now, today's decision comes after criminal charges against Spacey were dropped in 2019 when he was accused of groping a busboy at a bar in Nantucket. He was also accused of sexually assaulting 3 men when he ran a theater in London between 2004 and 2015. Spacey has pled not guilty in that case, and that trial is actually still set for June. Now, though, that Spacey has been found not liable in this case, charges dropped in the criminal case, another civil case dropped as well, could Spacey make a comeback? Could he use these legal victories to demand a return to the stage? Let's ask someone who has covered hundreds of high-profile cases. NewsNation's Ashleigh Banfield. Ashleigh, thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. So how big a deal do you think this victory is for Kevin Spacey in terms of any effort to kind of regain his career?
So I'm going to give a disclaimer off the top that I was a friend of Kevin Spacey's, and like a good friend. And I haven't spoken with him. He hasn't spoken with me in 5 years since all of this began. So with that off the top, listen, it was a good day for Kevin Spacey. He cleared this. And he cleared another one because the accuser died. And he cleared another one before that because of some evidence issues. And that case was dropped. But the British case is serious. It's in the High Court. And, you know, we watched what happened to Johnny Depp. He didn't do as well over there as he did over here. So, and there are multiple accusers in the British case as well. And that's criminal, but, you know, there's also all the civil issues. I counted, I think, about 7 or 8 anonymous accusers who may not have had a case go forward because they were just too afraid to come out in the open. It doesn't mean that their stories aren't out there. It's a little like Bill Cosby. There were 100 accusers. Not everybody went to court, but it certainly had a massive effect. And Bill Cosby, I don't think, you know, ever was able to get a contract worth his, you know, weight in salt. So I don't think that Kevin Spacey can overcome any of this, even though he had a big win today.
You know, I had forgotten that you were friends with Kevin Spacey. When you were, before all this came out, had you heard any rumors or anything about any of the sorts of things that are now coming out or that have come out?
So the most important thing to say is I had heard lots of rumors, but they were all about him being closeted as a gay man in Hollywood and how he just refused to acknowledge it ever. And he certainly didn't acknowledge it to me. You know, it wasn't a romantic friendship that Kevin Spacey and I had. I went to the Emmys with him as a date, but it was a very platonic you know, friendship. And he asked me to be on House of Cards, and I acted in a scene with his co-star, Robin Wright. But I never had any inkling that there could be anything like this. It was astounding to hear it. It's still unbelievable to hear the accounts of so many accusers who came forward after 2017. And frankly, I'm not surprised that he doesn't speak to me anymore. I've tried to reach out several times to interview him. But he doesn't respond, and I think he may not have the same contact information anymore. But I haven't had any conversation with him since before Trump was president.
Yeah, and again, final question on his future here. You know, this London case is, again, a real potential risk.
Yeah, no, I think it is quite a risk. There seems to be pretty compelling evidence. And, you know, there are different rules of evidence in the UK than there are here. Not significantly, but some. There were certain things that happened in the UK case for, you know, Johnny Depp that didn't happen here. And there are multiple accusers, as I mentioned before. And who knows how many witnesses they'll be able to bring up that show a pattern. Yeah. That's also always an issue in court. You know, just because something happens somewhere, does it mean you're guilty of the crime in front of this judge? But if there's a pattern that you can establish, that can always come in. And so there's a long time between now and June, Dan, and you know things can happen, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yep. And I didn't mean to get all personal with you on this. I had thought we were going to do legal analysis. I'd forgotten that you knew him so well. Ashleigh Banfield, thank you. That does it for us.
Oh, and disclaimer, Dan. Disclaimer. You and I are good friends, too.
This is true. This is true. And so when I'm... Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.